that's interfering with my work. That's, like, this is, relationships ain't good for me. I don't make my best albums when I'm in a relationship.
Common thought he had the game on lock. The charming smile, the deep talks about alignment and growth, the public praises that painted a picture of the perfect relationship. But Jennifer Hudson, she just flipped the entire script. And the way she did it left Common blindsided, humiliated, and scrambling for cover. This wasn't just a breakup. This was a full-on checkmate, and nobody saw it coming. From the outside, everything looked perfect. Jennifer Hudson and Common weren't just another celebrity couple, they were that couple. Two Chicago legends, both massively successful, both admired for their talent and how they carried themselves. The energy between them? It felt grown, respectful, and powerful. They met while filming Breathe, a sci-fi thriller where they played husband and wife. And while cameras captured one story, insiders say the real chemistry happened off-screen. Even the crew noticed. You know when two people don't have to say anything, but the way they move around each other says everything? Yeah, that. Then the paparazzi got involved. They were spotted together in Philly, then in Chicago, then again in Malibu. It didn't feel like PR. It felt real. The kind of moments you don't stage. The headline said, "Just friends." But fans weren't buying it. The body language was louder than any press release. The official confirmation came when Common sat down on the Jennifer Hudson show. In front of a live audience and millions watching at home, she asked him directly, "Are you dating anyone?" He didn't dodge it. He didn't play coy. He smiled and said yes. That was it. Their big coming out moment. He even called her one of the most beautiful people I've ever met. From that point on, it felt official. Common leaned in publicly. On podcasts and interviews, he praised the relationship. He talked about alignment, growth, partnership. He said she was his greatest blessing and that they were equally yoked. To fans, it looked like he was finally done with the Playboy chapter. Like this was real. Meanwhile, Jennifer kept her energy different. No emotional deep dives. No couple selfies. No overexposure. She'd mention him with a smile, call him that man of mine, but then pivot back to her career, her music, her talk show. It was elegant, quiet, grown. Together, they looked solid, like two people building something mature, not performative. But as it turns out, not everything polished is built to last. From the outside, the relationship still looked solid. Common was singing Jennifer's praises every chance he got, talking about how equally yoked they were, how she was one of his greatest blessings, and how this relationship was different. But the more he spoke, the more something started to feel off. To the public, it was subtle, but fans who were really paying attention started noticing a shift. Common wasn't describing a partnership. He was narrating his own transformation. It started sounding less like we're in love and more like, look at how much I've grown to deserve her. That kind of self-focused praise, it's not always flattering. Instead of celebrating what they built together, it felt like he was using the relationship to validate himself, as if dating Jennifer Hudson was a milestone in his personal growth arc. And Jennifer, she didn't match that energy at all. She kept things low-key, reserved, professional. No interviews detailing how in love she was. No Instagram captions aimed at building a power couple image. Just the occasional proud smile when his name came up. And then back to her work, her talk show, her music. It wasn't shade, it was strategy. Because Jennifer's always been private about her love life, especially after everything she went through with her ex, David Otunga. She learned that the louder the love, the messier the fallout can get. So this time, she moved quietly. But the contrast between them kept growing. Common was leaning into the spotlight. Jennifer was pulling away from it. Even when he showed up as a guest on the Jennifer Hudson show, the vibe was polite, but a little too polished. No flirtation, no inside jokes, just two professionals sharing a screen. The spark that people expected, missing. Behind the scenes, sources say Jennifer was uncomfortable with how public their relationship was becoming. It started feeling like PR, like performance, like the real connection they had was being turned into content, and not by her. She didn't want a love story told in sound bites. She wanted something real, off camera, and when that didn't happen, she didn't argue, she didn't post, she just started pulling back. That's the thing about women like Jennifer Hudson. When they get quiet, they're not confused. They've seen enough and they're preparing to move without warning. It happened fast, and it changed everything. Right after the Grammys, Common was spotted at an exclusive after-party at Delilah's in LA. No cameras were allowed inside, but of course, whispers started flying. Multiple sources said he wasn't alone. He was in a corner booth, cozy with a tall model-type woman, arm around her, laughing, whispering, not business talk, flirting. And no, It wasn't Jennifer Hudson. That's bad enough. But here's what made it worse. Jennifer didn't hear it from him. She found out like the rest of us, from the blogs. Imagine scrolling your feed and seeing your man wrapped around another woman in public, while you're still calling him that man of mine on stage. For someone as private and poised as Jennifer, this wasn't just betrayal. It was a public slap in the face. She'd kept their love life off social media, stayed classy, stayed quiet, and in return, Common stepped out, not just on her, but in front of the industry. And the worst part? He said nothing. No denial, no explanation, just silence. And when a man goes quiet after something that loud, you already know what it means. Jennifer didn't clap back. She didn't post a cryptic quote. She didn't even mention him. Instead, she did something far more powerful. She went silent. No mudslinging, no messy interviews, just cool poise and business as usual. That silence, it spoke volumes. While Common's team scrambled behind the scenes, Jennifer's strategy was clear. Stay focused, stay polished, and let the internet connect the dots. Her public image, untouched. Her work, thriving. Her energy, unbothered. Meanwhile, Common's vibe started to shift. His confident talk disappeared. The interview slowed. The spotlight dimmed. And without saying a word, Jennifer flipped the narrative. She didn't need to drag him. She let his actions do that for her. Just when everyone thought the drama had peaked. Boom, another twist. And this time, it hit even harder. A blind item dropped online and it instantly set the internet on fire. The claim? That Common's mystery woman, the one he was spotted with at that Hollywood after-party, wasn't just a random model. She was someone allegedly connected to Jennifer Hudson's inner circle. If true, this wasn't just scandal. This was betrayal on a whole different level. Now pause and think about that. It's one thing to be cheated on or even replaced in the public eye. But to have it happen with someone who may have been sitting at your table, smiling in your face, maybe even working on your show, that cuts deep. Jennifer's not new to Hollywood. She knows how the industry works, the fake friendships, the quiet opportunists. But even for someone as guarded as her, this rumor shook people. Because if the woman was connected to her personal life, whether through business, friendship, or even just mutual space, that means Common didn't just cross a line. He jumped over it with full force. And let's be honest, the timing was suspicious too. He'd just been publicly praising Jennifer, talking about commitment, talking about God being in the relationship. Meanwhile, he's allegedly cozying up to someone in her circle behind the scenes. It's the kind of move that makes people start putting every past interview under a microscope. Was he being real? Or was it all just image management? But here's what made the whole situation louder. Common vanished. After the blind item dropped, he disappeared from the spotlight. No more red carpets, no Instagram posts, no podcast interviews. For a man who never misses a mic, that silence was screaming. And fans noticed. Because when a man known for being smooth, public, and charismatic suddenly goes ghost, something's up. Jennifer, on the other hand, she stayed exactly where she was. Center stage, smiling, focused, and working like none of it touched her. That's what made it powerful. While Common was ducking cameras, Jennifer was out here hosting, performing, glowing. She didn't address the rumor. She didn't defend herself. She didn't need to, because once the internet caught wind of the betrayal, and especially the personal nature of it, they chose sides fast. And this time, the sympathy wasn't with Common. Jennifer Hudson isn't just a singer. She's an EGOT winner, a talk show host, a brand name with sponsors and execs betting big on her image. Being linked to messy tabloid drama could cost millions. But instead of melting down, she tightened her image. Clean looks, big smiles, poised interviews. She moved with queen-like grace while Common's reputation slowly unraveled. Industry insiders say brands tied to Common started pulling back, watching how the story played out. Because when your messy love life starts affecting her empire, that's not just personal, that's career-threatening. And just when fans thought it couldn't get juicier, another bomb dropped. Common reportedly proposed to Jennifer, and she turned him down. Flat. Fans were shook. Common, the man known for dipping out before commitment ever got serious, finally tried to lock it down, and he got rejected. Suddenly, the tables flipped. Jennifer wasn't the woman left behind. She was the one walking away. Allegedly, Common felt blindsided. He thought this was his retirement plan, but Jennifer wasn't fooled. She'd been engaged before for 9 years, and she wasn't about to play herself again. Not for a man with a track record of ghosting strong women the moment things get serious. And that's the real story here, because this isn't the first time Common's pulled this move. Erykah Badu, Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Angela Rye, Tiffany Haddish. The list is long. Every time it starts picture perfect, Every time it ends the same way. Quiet fade-outs, cryptic statements, and women left to clean up the emotional mess. Fans aren't dumb. They see the pattern. And this time, they saw Jennifer see it too. She didn't fall for it. She didn't cry for it. She walked away before he could write her into the same tired story. And now the internet is buzzing. So did Common just fumble one of the most high-profile relationships of his career? Or is this all just smoke and mirrors? Some elaborate PR distraction cooked up to keep their names hot? Either way, one thing is clear. Jennifer Hudson played this with class, calm, and precision. She let the internet do the talking. She let Common unravel himself. And in the end, that might be the realest power move of all. Because in this game of love, attention, and image, Common might have been playing checkers. But Jennifer, she was playing chess.